Oh, hi guys. This is Mr. Slithers. Say hi, Mr. Slithers. Hello, kids. Mr. Slithers, what is going on with you? Why are you so wiggly? I just like to move around a lot. You do, but you know what, Mr. Slithers? In school, you need to learn to sit on your bottom and sit still sometimes. Can you do that? I'll try, but I'm not very good. Well, you know what, Mr. Slithers? There's another boy here. His name is Howard B. Wigglebottom. That's a funny name. Yes, Wigglebottom. He has a wiggly bottom, and he learns how to listen, so let's see if you can learn how to listen. I'll try. I'll sit right next to you, and I'll listen to your story. Okay, Mr. Slithers, I'm going to sit you right here in my lap, and you can try to be nice and still while I read this book. The title is called Howard B. Wigglebottom Learns to Listen. Well, let's see if he learns to listen. Here he is right here with his big tall ears. He looks like he's got a star on his shirt. I wonder why. Meet Howard B. Wigglebottom. Howard is always in trouble at school because, well, guess what, guys? Howard just doesn't listen. During story time, instead of quietly listening, Howard bounces around the room. But Howard doesn't listen, and his teacher says, Howard B. Wigglebottom, please sit down and be quiet and listen. Look at his teacher's face. She is upset that he's running around the room, but Howard doesn't listen. Howard B. Wigglebottom, you're bouncing too much. You're bouncing too close to the fan. But Howard doesn't listen, and look what happens to his ears. They got stuck in the fan. Oh no, at lunchtime, his friends try to warn him. There's a banana peel right there. He slips because he doesn't listen, and he falls, and his whole lunch tray flies in the air. Howard doesn't listen. Man. After lunch, Howard's friends try to tell him something important. So she's whispering in his ear, blah, 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 blah. But Howard doesn't listen. And look what happens to the yo-yo. On the playground, Howard's teammates try to help him. Keep your eye on the ball, Howard. But Howard doesn't listen, and bonk, the ball hits him right in the eye. He should have listened to his friends. In the art room, the teacher reminds the class, kids, try not to paint on yourself, paint on the paper. But Howard doesn't listen, so the teacher asks him to take a time out. Look what he did with the paint. He got it all over his friend, and he had to have a time out. Look at poor Howard. He feels sad. Howard doesn't like being alone and in trouble. He thinks and thinks about his day. Howard makes up his mind. From that moment on, he will try hard to be the best listener he can be. Let's see if he does it. Look at this, guys. The next day, Howard does listen during story time. He waits for his turn and talks and asks a question about the story. Howard gets a big star because Howard really is listening. That's what that star was for. While walking home, Howard uses both eyes and ears to help stay safe. Howard is listening. When Howard gets home, he talks to his mother, and his mother says, please hang up your backpack and clean up your room. Howard is really listening because he says, okay, Mom. Boy, that must have made his mom happy. So Howard gets extra time to play and have fun because he was a good listener. And the squirrel says, awesome ears, Howard. Howard B. Wigglebottom really is listening. Time for bedtime and a story. Please brush your teeth first, Howard. And you can see that he's doing that. He's listening almost all the time. He didn't put his star away, but he wanted to keep it with him. He was proud of himself for being a good listener. This page says, Howard B. Wigglebottom learns to listen. Number 1, you can sit quietly. Number 2, use both your eyes and ears to help you listen. Number 3, don't interrupt and wait your turn to talk. Number 4, try your best to understand the person speaking. Number 5, ask questions if you don't understand. And number 6, pay attention. That means be alert and really know what's happening around you. So Howard did learn to listen. Let's see about Mr. Slithers here. Mr. Slithers, you have been sitting so nice and quietly that I am going to give you also a yellow star for your body too. That sounds great. Do I get some extra playtime? Yes, you do. You were a great listener. You kept your body still, and then you were able to listen and learn. You guys do the same, like Mr. Slithers and Howard. We'll see you guys later. Bye for now.